from Seattle, Washington. It's time for Coffee and Cosmos with Robin. My name is Robin Fritz, and today we're going to be talking about saying goodbye to our dead. I know, quite an interesting conversation, quite an interesting topic, and I'll have you join in with me today to say goodbye to your beloved dead, human or animal. So again, I'd like to welcome you to Coffee and Cosmos with Robin. My name is Robin Fritz. I'm an intuitive and spiritual consultant and certified past life regression specialist based in Seattle, Washington. You can find me at my website, robinfritz.com, and it's ROBYNFRITZ.com. Hello, Elaine. Thanks for joining us today. So today we're going to Debbie. Good morning. Good morning. Beautiful day in Seattle and one day left of winter, right? Something to celebrate all by itself. At least winter here in the Northern Hemisphere. So today I want to talk about how we say goodbye to our dead. And we're going to jump into that conversation. We're going to do a crystal of the week and a guided meditation and some really lovely things together today. But first, I want to do a guided meditation with you with the Crystal Fallon. We start each broadcast that way. Angela, did I hear a rumor it's your birthday today? Are you the one? If so, happy birthday. If not, happy birthday coming up. So Debbie, yes, Vancouver, BC. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining me. All right. So I want to give you a few tips on connecting with your dead because as a medium, I get this question all the time. Thanks so much, everyone. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you, Victoria. Talking with our dead and connecting with them and helping them out is something that we don't think about. So let's start with a guided meditation. Happy birthday. Oh, a good age, Angela. Perfect age. What is today? March 19th? Good day for a birthday. All right, here's Fallon, citrine Lemurian quartz. You are so welcome, my friend. My birthday's all over on the first of the year, so it's like, wow, everybody else has a much better time with their birthdays. So when we do the meditation today with Fallon, to clear out our energy, to get us right here centered together in this space that Om Times has created for us to share, let's concentrate on your beloved dead, human or animal, whoever they are. Just put them in your head, think about them with love. And let's clear out our energy, clear out the blockages and everything that it took to just sit down with us today. So starting at the top of your head, breathe down your face, your shoulders, your chest, your hips, your knees, and your feet. Top of your head to the bottom of your feet. All right, sorry, my computer messed me up here. So start at the top of your head again. This will be good for me. So at the top of your head, breathe down your body from the top of your head to your feet. So down your face, your shoulders, your chest, your heart chakra, right? Your solar plexus, your hips, your knees, and your feet. Top of your head to the bottom of your feet. And just feel all those blocks, all those cares and worries of the day, everything just clearing out, and you're nice and relaxed and ready to join us today. And if you're willing, let this energy of this ancient power crystal just fill you up with healthy, positive energy. And imagine Fallon rotating at your feet, kind of a goldish light from that citrine. Right now, it looks to me he's more like his clear self. And as you breathe up from the bottom of your feet to the top of your head, just let that light fill you up. Just fill you up with positive, healthy energy and love for your beloved dead. So moving up from your feet, past your knees, your hips, your solar plexus, your chest, your shoulders, your throat chakra, your third eye chakra, and the top of your head, your crown chakra. And just imagine with each beat of your heart that that gold light that most people see as Fallon is just flooding you with healthy, positive energy. So today, I'd like to thank you again for joining me. I am so thrilled to be here every week with you. Om Times has created a wonderful community for us. I am very pleased and honored to be a member of their experts platform and to host a radio show with them every Monday afternoon at 2 Pacific time. And today we're going to be talking about jobs to do when you're dead. There's kind of a theme going on here because I work with my dad in the afterlife, and March 29th next week is his birthday. So I thought, let's talk about what happens when we die and what they're up to in the afterlife. But here's the thing that I want to talk about with you today, and that's a subject that comes up a lot in my mediumship sessions and a lot just in conversations with people, especially people who I'm just meeting for the first time, and they're like, "You're a medium?" And like, what is that all about? So here's the thing. Most of us don't stop and think about saying goodbye to our dead. We're in shock, we're in grief, we're mourning. And I know when I have this conversation with people, they say, well, my uncle or my aunt or my mom died like 25 years ago. Does this still apply? And it does. So that's why today we're going to do, a brief connection with our dead. And I'm going to be doing a webinar. I'm going to post that up, half an hour meditation with our dead. But here's the thing. Whether you're dead, human or animal, have just died today or yesterday or 25 years from now, you can still do this one thing that will help them. And I promise you, it will help them absolutely. And it will also help you. And that's to say, hello, my beloved mom or my Aunt Sally or whatever, you've died. You need to really tell them that they died, because sometimes they're really confused. And that's what most of the dead tell me. As soon as they died, they were really confused about what had happened and if they were even dead. So tell them, yes, you've died. Yes, I love you. Oh, Vicki, a year last January. So here, bring your mom into this today. And I'm going to be posting a webinar, free webinar for us to do this together at the Learn It Live platform. But just address your mom by name. Say, hey, you've died. It's okay. I love you. It's okay to go. Slough off those denser earth energies. Find that doorway to the afterlife and go already, right? So here's the thing. They're grieving just as much as you are. And they're kind of reluctant to go because why wouldn't they be? Because they don't remember ever seeing the afterlife so much. Elaine, thank you for joining. And so what this does is it helps both sides. It helps you recognize that, yes, they have passed away. They have died. And their souls aren't there in their body anymore, or at least won't be very shortly. Because there's, some people feel that souls stay with their body for several days. That actually telling them that they died helped them, because most of the dead are still in the room there with you. And they're looking around and, oh, love you too, Vicki. Thank you. Sylvia. So tell your mom, Sylvia, it's okay. And it really helps them, and it helps you move on. So, and I want to move straight to the crystal of the week. And I'm also inviting people to type in a few questions for quick intuitive readings. I try to avoid mediumship readings in these quick Facebook Lives because they take longer, than a few seconds. But if you have a question for a quick reading, please type it in. But again, I took this off. This is my necklace, my aquamarine, and I've used it before for the crystal of the week. But we're going to do a quick little connection here with our dead, and I wanted you to focus on aquamarine if you don't have one of your own. And I love this crystal. I wear it a lot. I wear it always in sessions or during my work. But the great thing about aquamarine is it's a water element crystal. Sailors used it for protection. But it's also good for cleansing emotions and for communication. And it helps clear out old patterns and relationships and ways of thinking and being. And grief is one of those old patterns. We can just get involved in our grief, and it's okay. It's okay to grieve. I'm not telling you not to grieve, and I'm not going to give you a time frame on grieving because it's individual for everyone. But aquamarine, which is a hard word to say, helps us clear out our attachments, and it will help our dead clear out their attachments too. Okay, I've got your question, Vicki. And Nicole. Okay, Vicki and Nicole, we've got it. Oh, Angela, perfect. Perfect. So it's your birthday and we're doing aquamarine for you. Awesome. So thank you for that. So aquamarine also brings your emotions to the surface, right? So it helps you resolve them. And grief is an emotion that we should bring up. Green calcite is good too. I like all the calcites. I have an orange calcite. And, you can always go to, Carolyn, you said your dad hung around for years after he died. Well, they can still be with us. I'm going to cover this in upcoming Facebook Lives because I've just completed a book on what happens when we die. But there's so many variations on the theme, so to speak. And one of the things that the dead need to understand is they need to eventually move on to the real afterlife, and they can actually connect with us better there. And most of the dead who have hesitated to actually find their doorway to the afterlife and go through hesitate because they think, oh, I think that's all there is, or I don't want to lose connection with my loved ones. When in fact, the connection is better and deeper for both sides because the grief starts to heal and healing starts on both sides once they're in the afterlife. So let's do this quick little meditation here with this aquamarine. Oh yeah, so here you go. Take a look at it, focus on it. There you go. All right. So I want you to just focus on this, and I want you to think about your beloved dead, and put them in your head. You just call them by name in your head. Whether they're human or animal, it's fine. It's perfect. We all have soulmates in there in different bodies. So think of your beloved dead. I'm trying to hold this. There we go. That's the front of it. Tell them, you're my beloved dead and you have died and it's okay. I love you. It's okay to move on. Goodbye. Right? And that will help. It will help you too. And a lot of people, we don't think to do this. I know I didn't when I lost my parents so many years ago. You go through the motions, you go through the funeral and you move on. And while the funeral is a nice rite of passage, it isn't enough because we haven't stopped to say goodbye. We've honored them. We've thought about them. We've told stories about them, but we haven't said goodbye. It's okay. You've died. Go ahead and go to your afterlife. We'll connect better that way. And you will be able to connect with them in the future. So, and remember that because grief is an important thing and grief will get you stuck. And we don't want that. We don't want you stuck. It's okay to grieve. Grief is an excellent thing. It helps us process our emotions. It helps the dead process theirs. I mean, the truth is we're each in a different reality now because we're here without them and they're in the afterlife without us. So it's okay. It's okay. Tell them it's okay. And it will be okay because you will be able to move on together, but in different places. So those are the things that I wanted to cover today quickly. Vicki, I believe part of your anxiousness is, let me just go through here. Carolyn, your dad hung around for years and you still feel your mom. Yes, this is going to help. Yes, we seem to always want to keep and hang on to our loved ones. Oh, good. Carolyn, do find some. I have an aquamarine ring, and I love the big aquamarine clusters, and I'm saving up my pennies because they're really expensive. But a necklace like this is awesome. You can use a ring. You can buy small pieces of it. I buy from my crystal supplier who also sponsors my radio show. You can go to earthlightgems.com here in Washington State. She has an Etsy site. She has lots of really great aquamarine. And I was actually in the store a couple of weeks ago and I said, wow, is that aquamarine? And it was like blue calcite, but it looked an awful lot like aquamarine. So go there and look for a good crystal because I know she takes really good care of them. They're healthy, which is really important because buying a cheap crystal that isn't healthy isn't going to help you or the crystal. And then, helping sponsor my radio sponsor helps all of us. But again, this being able to say goodbye to our beloved dead is an important rite of passage for us and for them. And I am going to put up a webinar here at the Learn It Live platform in April. We're going to do a 30-minute guided meditation where you can connect with your dead right there in the webinar and have tips for connecting with them later. And I will have that up for you next week, but you have my connection there to the experts platform at Learn It Live. And I did also, and Elaine, that's the next question too, is we don't go straight to the afterlife after we die. And I'll talk about that in an upcoming show, because that's a complicated subject. It's kind of scary for people, but don't worry about it. It's a normal rite of passage. And that's why I say it really helps them and you, for you to say, hello, you died. Or you died on this date in whatever year it was, and this is the date now, because time doesn't move the same for them. And say, I love you, I miss you, it's okay to go to your afterlife. Vicki, you had a question about feeling anxious and stressed. That's a normal thing that comes with losing our family members, especially our mothers. And that kind of surprised me because I was very close to my dad. I was not as close to my mom. And yet losing our moms is really tough. I mean, even if we're adopted, they in essence gave birth to us. It's a whole metaphysical thing that's going on there with our moms. So that's part of it. And the uncertainty of going forward by yourself is kind of holding you back. And it's okay for you to go forward by yourself. My parents died 10 months apart, and I was like, all of a sudden I was an orphan. And even though I'd been expecting it, it's still a surprise, especially when my mom died 10 months after my dad. I was very ill, and I couldn't be with her, and traveling there made me even sicker. You're wanting to become a mom again. Okay. Victoria, I urge you to contact me for a private session on this, because there are lots of insights that we can give you, but I'd like to keep that private. And we can do as little as a half an hour. But there's a lot that goes on with the frustration of conceiving, and a lot of it is just anxiety holding us back. And then sometimes, it doesn't happen. I didn't have that happen. I had animals instead. So, but I do understand because I wanted for many years to be a mom, although I still don't think I'm old enough to be a mom. Vicki, you are welcome. I'm going to invite, and then Nicole, Career Insights. I'm actually drawing a blank here on you, I guess maybe because we're getting towards the end. But I don't see anything negative for you. I see it slowly moving on, and I see a lot of hesitation on your path because it's looking like there are 3 different options that you could choose to move forward in your next step on your career. And they're very clear options, and each one of them is fine. But as you look at each one of those, look like 2 or 3 steps up beyond that and see where those 2 or 3 steps take you, because they're each going to go in a slightly different direction. And, life is an adventure. If you had told me so many years ago that one of the things I'd be doing as a medium, I'd laugh, because I remember very clearly a conversation with my mom years ago, and I was raised Catholic, so we were supposed to believe in the afterlife, but I did not. And she said, I feel so bad for you that you don't believe, in heaven or the afterlife. And I'm like, okay. A lot of us just don't think about it. And yet there it happens. So Nicole, look at those 3 options, map them out, map the pros and cons, and then really sit with it. Take a salt bath, let your energies relax, and see which direction you're going in, because all of them are good. None of them are bad. They're just in different areas. So let me know what that does for you. And oh my God, that's awful. I am so sorry, Tammy. Of course not. That was horrible. Again, I will invite you to contact me for a private session, even a half an hour, although most mediumship sessions are an hour. There's an awful lot that, Nicole, you're so welcome. Tammy, there's an awful lot we can do in a session like this, including healing and looking at what your spiritual team has to say. And it's a very, very private thing. But I absolutely understand. It's terrible. I lost a beloved in a similar way, and I developed PTSD as a result. And I know exactly how you're feeling, and I am so sorry. And we are all sorry for you, and we're all here for you as a community. To lose someone is bad enough. To lose someone like that is horrible. And we're sending you all the love and support that we can. And I would like to invite all of you to join me at my radio show this afternoon. It's at 2 o'clock, The Practical Intuitive Mind, Body, Spirit for the Real World. It's 2 o'clock Pacific time, 5 Eastern. And we'll be talking about jobs to do when you're dead. So we're talking a little bit more about what happens in the afterlife. And, you know, really my experience of working with my dad, which is why I became a medium in the first place. And we'll learn a lot, and we'll share and we'll laugh. And you can call in and share your questions and comments. I would love that. Your experiences. I try not to do mediumship sessions on the air. I know other mediums do, but they are so intensely private. And I feel that you can't get the healing that you really need from these sessions when it's aired in public like that. So that's my feeling about that. So again, I'm going to be doing a webinar, Connecting with the Dead, that's free. And I'd like to apologize to all those who are looking at it. I have a webinar series on managing our energy boundaries. And truly, learning to manage our energy field is the most important thing that we can do in our lives, really. And especially if you want to resolve grief, if you want to develop your intuitive and healing abilities, if you're looking at job opportunities, if you're looking at your family, even if everything is going great right now, you still need to learn how to manage your energy boundaries. But I had a lot of things come up in the last week, including several emergencies with clients. And so I'm postponing that webinar for an entire month, and I will get up there and do it. But it's a 5-part webinar series. It's $100. You get one-on-one time with me as well as time with each other. So please check it out. I'm going to fix it today to set the proper time. But a month out, and it's Tuesday nights at 6 p.m. I'm going to have a private Facebook group. But there's a way to manage our energy boundaries that my Crystal Fallon and I created together. And you need to understand that everyone's is different. So a set procedure isn't going to work for you necessarily. But we're going to explore what they are, how they work, connect with them, look at how they are now, look at how they change over time. You're going to practice with each other. We're going to have a Facebook group. And I've taught this series as a live day-long workshop for healthcare certification for people like psychotherapists and nurses and massage therapists and so on. I know this works, and this is the first time I'm doing it as a webinar series. So I want to spread it over 5 weeks so you have lots of time to practice, and so that I have time to work with each person. I set the class limit for 25, but even 6 would be almost better. But if 25 people sign up, that's great. I would love it. I will be there for each one of you. So you're going to work with me one-on-one, and you're going to work with each other. So I guarantee you will be an expert on your energy boundaries, and you're going to find so many things changing in your life. Your ability to handle stress, your ability to look at grief and let grief run its natural course, losing someone. All kinds of things matter, including family relationships. So today I want to thank you for joining me. Thank you, Tammy, and all of those who have shared your loss and your concerns. And let's close with a healing here. And again, my radio show this afternoon at 2. Join me every week here. A couple of things I'd like, if you wouldn't mind. if you would like my Facebook business page, Practical Intuitive Robin M. Fritz, I have some really big things coming up this week that I'd love all of your love and support for. So liking my page will help. Like the Om Times Institute page, the Om Times Magazine page. They're awesome people. I'm so proud to be associated with them. And you'll see my website there, robinfritz.com. Contact me for a private session so we can handle some of these things together, and I can support you individually easier than I can in a quick little the Facebook Live session. I do personal and business intuition, mediumship, animal communication, space clearing, and yes, we can do space clearing online. But I'm also a past life regression specialist. And so past lives are awesome. Not only resolving fears and phobias and traumas, but tapping skills from previous lifetimes. So that's awesome. Healing and soul progression clearing. And you can see my soul progression clearing webinar at the Learn It Live platform. It's free. Figure out how we managed to create that process of soul clearing in a 1-hour session is really awesome. I've loved seeing people. I love working with people, and I thank you for being here today. And now let's close with a healing from a goddess, really a goddess. So cross your hands on your heart, breathe into the palms of your hands, and just imagine that healing energy of the universe is flowing into your palms. And then if you breathe into your palms, you can feel that air on your palms. That's just reminding you that's energy. And just hold it out. Let's hold it out to love and support for everyone who joined in today. And for everyone who's going through a tough time or whatever it is, we're all there with you. This energy is supporting you. And now let's bring it back to ourselves. This will close you out, close out your crown chakra, get you rebalanced in your body for the rest of what's going on for you today. And breathe into the palms of your hands and just feel that energy supporting you. You are worth it. Breathe into your palms and then cross your hands back on your heart and just let that energy ground and balance you. Help you settle in for the rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining us today. Again, contact me at my website for personal sessions. Join me at my radio show this afternoon. Jobs to do when you're dead. It's going to be fun. Call in with questions or comments. Not mediumship sessions, but you can do some quick live readings on anything else. And just call in with your questions and we will go from there. So thank you again for joining me and take care.